This is a film about a unique investment opportunity. An opportunity to invest in a nation of creative problem solvers. A people that has overcome unimaginable challenges. That nation is Rwanda.
Rwandans are not just trying to build an economy, they're trying to build a modern political system and a modern, rich culture rooted in who they are, without denying where they have been, looking toward where they can go and what they can become.
Rwanda's transformation is unparalleled. In 1994, 10% of Rwanda's citizens were killed, and the country's infrastructure was devastated.
The crimes that took place in Rwanda were committed by Rwandans at an unimaginable scale.
Fast forward to today, and you see a rapidly growing economy, an investor-friendly business environment, and transparent governance with zero tolerance for corruption. This transformation required visionary leadership and committed citizens. Imagine the challenge of creating a legal system to deliver justice to the 150,000 prisoners after the genocide, while at the same time achieving the country's need for healing, reconciliation, and truth. Finding a solution required the kind of visionary leadership and creative approach that made Rwanda's transformation possible. The people of Rwanda found their solution in its traditional method of resolving disputes, a process for local village courts called gacaca.
Gacaca is unity. It is justice that unites and forgives. Its purpose is not to punish, but to help us forgive so that we can heal ourselves.
We have an unprecedented circumstance in Rwanda where something close to 1 million people were murdered in 100 days. And as a consequence of that genocide, there were 150,000 people that found themselves in prison, accused of participating in one way or another.
After the genocide, suspected criminals were arrested. However, we realized that it was a loss for the country and the world because this workforce in prison was not contributing to rebuilding the nation.
The court system in Rwanda had been built to adjudicate maybe a couple thousand cases a year. So when you do the math, 150,000 in prison, 2,000 cases a year, you have a 75-year backlog.
There was an innovation that may be the best way to handle these aftermath cases of genocide was to go back in our tradition and look at how our forefathers were handling disputes.
Traditionally, gacaca is a face-to-face meeting of people who sit in the grass and discuss issues. Criminals met face-to-face with the survivors.
250,000 citizens were elected by the Rwandan people to serve in over 12,000 gacaca courts across the country. These grassroots gacaca courts were led by regular citizens, elected by their peers as judges, and given basic judicial training.
The reason I, Francois, was elected to be a part of the committee of judges was that they knew they could trust me. People stood behind me and chose me because they knew I could contribute to solving problems Rwandans have.
For us, we are doing this job for our country. You have to be ready to sacrifice. But in this country, we have security, so we are not afraid.
Rwanda had to go through gacaca to have this catharsis, to sort of free itself from the bonds of the past and to be able to truly look forward. Now that's happened.
The success of the gacaca courts is an excellent example of what makes Rwanda a unique investment opportunity. A creative approach to problem solving, visionary political leadership, and committed, resourceful citizens.
The Rwandan people are an asset. We speak one language, one culture, similar geographical location. It's like this is a homogeneous group. The leadership of Rwanda is very, very focused on issues of social transformation, on improving the livelihood of our people.
There's a clear sense of direction as to where they're headed, and it's a very appealing prospect of working with Rwandan partners to move a country from subsistence to middle income in the space of a generation.
This has become an environment where human creativity and achievement can thrive. Transparency and clear governance are emblematic of how Rwandans choose to work.
These are people that can make something happen, and those are the kind of people, as a business person, that I want to invest in.
It's a place where business is done in a clean way. It's a place where the rule of law is applied, and they have a business culture which I think anybody from Europe or North America would recognize.
Rwanda has a clear vision for growth through private investment set out by President Kagame. The major aspiration is to transform Rwanda from a subsistence agricultural economy to a knowledge-based society by 2020 through investments in information and communication technology, including mobile telephone and high-speed fiber optic networks.
We have a vision that emphasizes, among other things, our determination to become a knowledge economy reflecting strong information and communication technologies.
When we sit here 10 years from now and talk about the economic miracle that is Rwanda, what we'll talk about then is Rwanda is, in a sense, the Singapore of East Africa.
There is this view that this is Africa's century, and it could be a very good time to get in the early stages of building the new Rwanda.
We had challenges, but I think we've come out this Gacaca very proud. This process has helped us to heal and come out with a bigger vision of a united Rwanda.
This is about understanding a very unique opportunity, a historic opportunity with a people who have now gelled into a community that investors can put their money into with confidence, is going to give them the kind of yield that really gets your attention.
What I can tell people who live overseas is they should come and see for themselves what has been achieved.
To be a place where it makes sense to invest requires capable political leadership. Rwanda has it.
I also wish to assure you of my government's full support should you choose to make Rwanda home of your next investment.
A good investment requires a dedicated and educated workforce. Rwanda has it.
The kids that are coming out of college right now, the young entrepreneurs, it is them that are going to move this country forward. Really smart young people that take a very creative approach to figuring something out, a lot of innovation, a lot of commitment. Silicon Valley in Kigali.
In an economic climate ready to achieve growth, Rwanda has already proven itself.
Something good is happening in this country that people need to see, people need to be interested in, and people need to watch and be part of this important journey that the Rwandan people are on.
We fixed the problem. We Rwandans found a solution, and we will keep it that way.
It makes us very proud as a people and as a country.
Once in a great while, we are witness to a grand moment. And with it comes a time for change, the time to invest. This is Rwanda now. This is your moment of opportunity to invest in Rwanda.